Hello, I'm Doc Owen with Action Figure Times, and today we're going to start covering something that I know next to nothing about, and that's the Marvel Legends line. Now, it's not that I know next to nothing, but it's pretty, I can see nothing from here. Now, I say that because, as you know, I don't follow the Marvel Legends very closely. I don't follow Marvel Comics very closely, and so you might end up having to flame me for my ignorance of these things, but I am going to try, and I'm going to make sure you see the toys, and you can decide whether you want to spend the money, since especially some of these have started to go up on eBay from what somebody told me. Now, I also want to thank EnchantedToyChest.com for making sure that we actually got these toys. I've had friends tell me that they've had to buy them at retail at like Toys R Us and things like that because Enchanted Toy Chest is sold out, but you still might be able to get in a pre-order for Series 2. That it took them 2 weeks to actually put together a full set with the variants. That actually this very first one, Steve Rogers, was not in the case that they initially opened at Toys R Us. So just be thinking about that. You might have to hit your retailer twice in pretty rapid succession to get them all. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as things go on. Now, first up, I think it's fitting is Steve Rogers, Captain America, only he's not really Captain America in this outfit, he's just the super soldier. This is from a storyline, from what I understand, where Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, had actually become Cap. Cap had been lost in time, they thought he was dead, and so it sounded extremely familiar to the Batman storyline. Actually, I couldn't really tell the difference. Their young sidekicks take over for them, whatever. Anyway, so here you have him in just a regular kind of a fighting outfit. He's got a holographic shield there. One thing I automatically do not like, if you look right there, one of the guns is already bent inside the package. Speaking of the package, oh, by the way, with this series, you actually can build Terrax the Tamer. It takes 6 figures in all. There's 7 figures in the way with a couple variants, but it takes 6 figures to build your Terrax. He actually comes with the lower torso of Terrax. Now, one thing that I don't like about this packaging, this is kind of cool, decent artwork, looks like, who is it, McGinnis artwork to me. Now, on the back of it, there's really not any bio or anything. I mean, you take somebody that's as ignorant as I am about these characters and stuff, and I look at this, and this doesn't tell me really anything. Now, he does come with some accessories. I'm looking forward to opening them. Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to take some time, open him up, and then we'll start looking at him. Okay, so here we are looking at Steve Rogers. One of the things is this has actually been overnight in between the last piece and this piece, and the gun has straightened out fairly well where it was bent in half. I'm sure if I took a hairdryer to it, which I don't have ready access to, well, I guess my wife has one, the gun would straighten out very nicely. Now, first impressions of this figure, in looking at it, I think the head is too big for his body a little bit. To me, he looks like he's got a melon on top of that. Other than that, very cool figure. I do wish that there were holsters. I have 2 pistols here. They seem like they're going to fit fairly readily into his hands. A finger goes into the trigger guard, so that's good. That's excellent. You know, sometimes with the DCUC stuff, I have to struggle. And as I say that, I'm having a little bit of a problem. I have to struggle getting the weapons in, but these seem to go in very easily, and I think that's good. I do wish we had holsters, though. Detailing is very nice. We'll see that in just a second when it is close up. Additional accessories, before I forget, you get this little thing right here, which is kind of the story of Terrax. It's part 1 of 6, and it basically tells how the Fantastic Four is not a good team. They're more like the Fantastic Four in Planetary, where they just do whatever they want, and which they just went to a planet. The Earth was in trouble, so they go to a planet, grab some guy off of there, turn him over to Galactus. Bummer, dude. Anyway, on the back, you actually see a layout of the pieces, and here there's actually an X to mark which piece you have, which mine is with Steve Rogers. And as you can see, it shows how to connect everything together. Pretty cool. Now, right here, it says read more. It actually gives you a comic issue that you can go to and refer to this story. So I think that's actually pretty cool. Now, people say, well, what is the comic story? Buy the toy and see. Or contact someone like at Collector's Comics, like I did, to ask about this shield. this shield is actually more of, it's translucent, as you can see there, and this is more of a force field type shield rather than his traditional Vibram one. Evidently this is something that was kind of a throwback to the 90s when Mark Waid was drawing it and stuff. I actually really like the way they've done the shield because it allows you to do two things. It allows you to put it on his wrist where he can use it kind of to protect himself and do different things. I think that's good. But then it also gives it this like a handhold thing where instead of a gun you can hold it, he can hold it just like that, which I think is actually can be a very cool effect if you could make it work. I think that could actually be kind of neat if you made it work. I actually like that as a toy. Here we go. We've got the butt of Terrax. It's got a little bit of paint there on it, and then he's got his bottom of his dress or tunic. I know a lot of times people pick on me about, but it's a dress, dude. It's a dress. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at him close up. So here we are looking at everyone's favorite super soldier up close. Like I said, it's a very, very nice sculpt. I think he ought to look a little bit friendlier, but okay. I do think the head is too big for the body. He's got a chest joint, shoulder joint. He's got that painted on both sides. He's got a bicep turn, forearm turn. Of course, I was trying to show you that he had a double elbow, so that's good. His wrist turns. The only thing he's missing is movable fingers. Lots of articulation. He's got he'll twist his waist, so that's good. Again, I think it's bogus we don't have any holsters. He does have the cantaloupe ball joint. He's got the double knee. This is nice looking stuff down here on the legs. I don't know why he's running around with leather things. And his ankles move, red down the sides. All in all, this is a great figure, and again, I recommend Enchanted Toy Chest. I think they might be sold out with these, but they might help you be able to get a leg up on getting yourself Wave 2. Well, this is Doc Owen with Action Figure Times, reminding you to be extraordinary. Hope you've enjoyed looking at the Super Soldier.